In 2015, I was working as a multimedia developer, basically a learning designer for Deakin University, and we had a lot of trouble trying to engage students in the online space. Students were failing to read readings and watch lecture recordings. We had a lot of academics who would come and chat to our team and say, how do we motivate students to undertake all of the learning content before they come to class? So learning design is about creating a meaningful experience that appeals to a person's pre-existing knowledge. So meeting them where they already are and understanding a way to create an experience that is going to be interesting, engaging, meaningful, and will form into knowledge in their brains. I mean, that's the end goal. Then I found gamification. I was doing an online course at the time, a self-paced course. And the way they framed the learning was completely gamified. So yes, there were points, badges, leaderboards, all of that fun structural stuff. But I quickly found that creating experiences that were personalized to people's preferences was a more effective way to change behaviour. So then I met Adam Brown, a fellow lecturer at Deakin. We started chatting about gamification. We decided to create a little podcast on YouTube looking at gamification across different contexts such as health, climate change, fundraising for not-for-profits, mental health, and education. So we started touring around giving workshops to academics on how to engage their students in a meaningful way using all of these game elements. And this really led me down the path to behavioural science. Flash forward to 2019, the Yarra River was red from the droughts. There were protests happening in the city for climate change, and I was feeling very powerless about what part am I playing in the solution. And that was when a couple of friends and I got together and we created a startup. We decided to take Dr. Ken Straughan's social science research about bushfire preparedness and create innovative education to change behaviour. We were funded by the New South Wales state government to deliver this behaviour change campaign called How Prepared Are You for a Bushfire across the state, but it was also open to the public at large. So taking Dr. Ken Straughan's research, I also looked at behavioural science research and how we could create personalised education based on the preferences and the pre-existing knowledge of the Australian residents in bushfire-prone communities. So at that whole period, I was watching BehaviourWorks quite closely, watching their projects at the time, and I was a bit of a fan. And the startup was wrapping up. We'd finished the project for New South Wales Resilience. I'd worked at the CFA briefly, and I saw a job pop up at BehaviourWorks, and I applied for it and I got it. The biggest challenge facing everybody right now is climate change. And the question is, how can behavioural science be embedded into behaviour change programs to enable mitigation and adaptation? I think the next 10 years of our world is going to be the big decider on where we go to from here. And I think that we desperately need behavioural science. And so my part that I play at BehaviourWorks is disseminating these fantastic tools and skills and knowledge to industries that will then create policy, create programs that will emanate out to communities and to households.